Welcome back to another episode of Left on Red with me, Brenda Dennehy.
And me, Julie Innes.
I was actually telling one of the girls I work with today, I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing a podcast tonight with my friend. And she's like, oh, what's the name? And I said, Left on Red. And she's like, what? And I was like, Left on Red. She's like, is it gambling or something? Because I was like, no, girl. I'd say your one was like, the two doing Gambling Anonymous or something. Because you're Left on Red. Do you know the way you did the blacks and the reds in Las Vegas? Yeah. So I was like, no, girl. She goes, why do you call it Left on Red? Because I said two of us keep getting Left on Red with men. So,
so she thought red as in the colour red.
Red, yeah, she thought red. And I think it's probably, do you know the way our accents are so different to like the English here? So like, whenever I'm asked where you from, I'm like, Cork. And they're like, oh, Cork. You know, they do the old different. Cork. So I'm like, I'm from Cork. But yeah, so we're here on a lovely what's the weather like at home? It's fab here. It's lovely and calm here.
It's actually grand here. It's cold, but it's not raining. That's the main thing.
Yeah. And I actually saw you had the legs out there on Monday, was it? With the nice voodoo dress. You were fecking all out. The
voodoo dress.
It was like
baboon dress.
Sorry, I say voodoos.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the sponsors. Oh my God. Baboon. Sorry. Yeah. Oh my God. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, but the dress is gorgeous. Tell everyone what happened after that.
Oh, so I went to collect Henry the Hoover.
No, don't. No, you ended up. Where did yourself and Paula end up? Oh my God! The Sun newspaper.
The Sun newspaper. Yeah, girl. Yeah. So, Baboon had reached out, and they're like, I always work with Baboon. I absolutely love working for them.
The fab.
So they reached out a couple of weeks ago, and they were like, Julie, will you do another try-on haul for us? And I was like, yeah, of course. So they send me a link, and they're like, go through that link there, see what you like, and whatever. So I was going through the link, and I was like, you know what? My mom would wear these as well, you know? So I texted them back, and I was like, come here. And I was like, can my mom join the fun? And they were after that. Should we be really delighted? I was like, send me outfits that would do for me and my mom. So we did, and I put up my Instagram, myself, my mom. Did you see my mom modeling? She was like,
yeah. She's so funny. But she's
Clown.
Do you know what? She just loves kind of putting on a performances. She loves the messing. She loves the crack. But she looked fantastic, and you did as well. I love the outfit. I said to myself when I saw you at that event, I said, you're on the legs out with the sexy white boots. The curly dress. It's like the fucking notions out of this one. Myself this week, I'm actually I've been very busy this week. I'm working somewhere that I've manifested. If some people are following my stories, they're probably allergic to me because I haven't said where I'm working. And you know the way people on Instagram, right? Do you know the way they drop something and they don't say what it is? Like that is very annoying, isn't it?
Oh, so annoying. I hate that. I hate what I do, but I get it as well.
Yeah, like if someone said to you, oh, come on, you can't leave us hanging. You have to tell us where you're going working. And I was like, come here. If the likes of all these influencers can be teasing people for weeks, you know, like, oh, sign up to this newsletter here and you'll figure out who I'm working with or what's the company I'm launching and all that. I goes, leave me on it as well, but I don't want to jinx it. I'm afraid, you know what happens to me? I say where I'm working, which is a dream, literally a dream come true. And next thing I get an email kind of goes, sorry, we don't need you anymore. Because you see, it's not guaranteed. It's freelance because the way I do the freelance here is better money. So it's not an actual like permanent contract. So I could be given the road any day. But I will explain all. But for anyone who's into manifestations and all that, I literally did manifest this dream. I was actually emailing one of the editors on this show. I look back at my old emails, like the notions. I was only 96 FM at the time, and I was looking for a big job over here, like in a television show. It's an absolute notion. When I look back, I cringe at the email. And that same man I met today, and I was like, he can't find out like that I sent these emails 6 years ago because that's quite embarrassing. But yeah, I was manifesting it for years, and dream come true. And once I can, I'll reveal. You know where it is anyway.
Yeah, I know better woman for the job, Brenda. We're all so proud of you. And you know what? You're flying the Cork flag high, girl, out there.
Yeah.
You know, we're so proud of you. So
Yeah.
proud of you.
Yeah,
Big
no,
heart.
I'm delighted. So I'm getting up all this week at like 3:30, like 4 o'clock. Kind of, yeah. 4 o'clock is a bit dodge. Like 4 o'clock is okay, but 3:30 you're kind of like, that's kind of only for airport stuff. But I don't mind because I'm like up at 3:30. I'm meditating, drinking my coffee. Then I do a workout usually with Jamando. Then I'm on again making banana pancakes, and then I'm taking a shower. Then I'm getting ready, and then I'm reading books, and then I could be off doing something else. But I was working it out. I'm up nearly 3 hours before I have to go into work. So
Crazy, Brenda. Was the rest of us get up about 10 minutes beforehand, like?
yeah, see, I can't do that. But yeah, so once I'm settled in the place I'm in, I will reveal all. And as you said, I was reading about that lucky girl syndrome thing on TikTok, because I'm not huge into TikTok, but I was like, that's me. All that stuff is me. But
Yeah,
I think
food this year.
I think that some people, do you know when I go on about my stores, I think that people think she's off her game with this carry-on.
No. I'd say, like, rewind 5-6 years ago, yes. But now it's huge, just journaling and manifestation, or whatever you call it, and fucking howling to the moon and fucking writing stuff down. Everyone and their mother seems to be doing it. Like, I don't personally. I'd love to get into it, but I just don't know where to start. Like, I look at you and I look at Christine, and you're flying it with it, like.
Yeah, I think for me at the start, this is a load of shit where I'm writing down all this stuff in the kind of present tense. Oh, I will have, or I will work, not to say like I hope to work and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, listen, it worked for me. That's my bit of news for the week. I was falling asleep on the couch last night around 8 o'clock, so I had to go into the bed. So that's the only kind of thing. But listen, it's all good. That's all my news. And yourself, what happened to earlier today?
Oh, gosh. My brother's here now as well, so I'll actually tell Sean as well. So myself and the twinnies were down in the playground, and this family came, and I knew, you know, the way, I just knew they followed me, and I was like, by the way, they looked at me, whatever, you know, I knew they followed me on some, like, either Instagram or TikTok. So I was just kind of smiling, whatever, and I told Fiona and Rose that we were leaving the park. So I got Fiona and Rose into the car, and when I looked behind, I could see the family kind of walking behind me, and they got into their car next to them as well. So I started driving out of the park, and when I looked behind, they were behind me, and I was like, this is just probably a coincidence now, you know? So I kept driving, and it was through Cargline, and they stayed behind me. Again, I was like, is this coincidence now, or are they actually following me? So I was driving up towards my estate, they were still behind me, and when I turned right into my estate, there's nowhere else to go because it's a cul-de-sac, and I looked in my mirror and heard they were still behind me. So yeah, so I was driving through my estate, then they're still behind me. I was like, oh my God, do I pull into my house here now, or like, what do I do? So, and I was panicked because I was on my own with Fiona and Rose, like. So I looked again, and they stopped the car, and they did a kind of a 360 turn, and they went back out the estate and left.
Oh my gosh. That's, you see, you think, are you imagining it? Do you know the way at the start? But as you said, to come into the estate.
I like, my estate is small enough, so I know all the cars. I know who lives there, you know. There's only a couple, there's a good couple of houses, but you know, we all know each other. But I knew they weren't living in, and the fact that they left the same time I left, and followed me out of the park, and then drove behind me all the way up to my estate. And once I got into the estate, and I knew, I was like, they're following me, they want to know where I live. So I started slowing down then, and I looked in my wing mirror, and I could see they had stopped, and they did a 360 turn and left the estate again.
But did you see at the start it was a family, or how was it?
It was a family, like, they had kids and everything in the cars, like, very weird. Like,
that is so weird. And I know the likes of what you call it, Molly May, she gets followed home and stuff like that. But you see, she gets followed home by little girl fans and stuff like that. Like, you'd think it might be someone for you, that it would be someone our own age, you know, being nosy. Oh, fucking, I wonder where Julie lives now. Would we find her?
I do think it was. I think like, there was two kind of younger girls. I'd say they were kind of TikTokers, you know. Yeah. And then there was a woman, and then there was a kind of a younger child as well. So I'd say they were just kind of giggling in the car. It was harmless, like, they're not gonna, you know, very harmless, like. But yeah, I was just like, you know, just talk to me in the park. There's no hassle. I don't bite. I love when people come up, but don't be following, like, when I have two small kids in the car, like, you know.
Yeah, I think with the kids as well. And you see, you wouldn't go to the guards or anything, like, it's not something you'd go, that it's harmless, but it would give you a bit of a shock.
like that now. I'm not scared. I'm not spooked out. I think the young ones were just, oh my God, we'd know where she lived,
Yeah.
whatever, like harmless. But like I was saying to him, I was like, just talk to me in the park. I was on my own. I was sitting on the bench. My other kids were playing away. And I was like, just talk to me. There's no hassle. I'd have a full-blown conversation. I'm sure I'm delighted.
Yeah.
But like, you don't have to come to my house.
Yeah, you love when anyone comes up to you. You go high on it.
I'd say when people come up to me, they're like, I'm sorry to God I went up to speak to her, because I don't shut up. Like, I'm chatting away, like, telling my life story, like.
But I love that. If we're out with you or something like that, like the amount of people who see you and come up to you, like I've never seen the likes of it. People are just drawn to you, but that's as well because you're approachable. That's kind of like, these kind of famous people. I was actually in a room with four really kind of, God, I'm going to have to sound like I've write notions out today. They were very well-known British figures, let's just say. One of them was actually on The Last Time a Celebrity, And see, those kind of people, all right, you might be shy around. You wouldn't exactly go up to them. Do you know what I mean? But they're like, yeah, you thrive in it. You love it. And for anyone listening, if they do see you, make sure go up to Julie. She'd be delighted to see you.
Yeah, but you'd be sorry though, because I just don't shut up. Like, I'd be chit-chatting away.
Yeah.
I love it.
You absolutely know. And come here, what did you, I don't know that it, like, for anyone listening now, and they're invested in the story about the Hoover, I don't know what happened yesterday with the guy in, was it Iona Supplies? The Henry the Hoover.
Oh, Henry the Hoover. So for anybody that missed the episode a couple of weeks ago, I had to bring my Hoover to Iona Appliances to get it fixed. So as I walked in there, your man was getting laughing as I was walking towards him. I was like, what's wrong with your man? And he was like, you don't know why I'm an all, do you? And I was like, no. And he was like, we matched on Tinder. I absolutely nearly collapsed. I was like, sorry, what? It must have been ages ago. Sure, I forget.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, God. So we were laughing, whatever, and he had to take my details and all that, my phone number. He's like, don't worry, I'm not going to text you. Like, I just need that to ring you. Your Hoover's done. Like, so we're really laughing, but I was awful at the same time. So I left the Henry Hoover there then for 3 weeks. I was ready about 2.5 weeks ago, but no way would I go back. It was so bad.
Yeah.
So when I'm back yesterday, it wasn't working.
Oh, no. Are you kind of disappointed?
No, but you know what? I actually didn't go back yesterday. What day? It was the day I was all dressed up. The day you went the pretty dress and the boots. I was like, I'll go, this is my day now to go back. I'm all dolled up. Sure, typical, when I'm all dolled up, I get no one. So, Skinny wasn't working, so it was grand. Like, what?
We were disappointed that we were like, oh, for fuck's sake, one day I'm looking like this, and you did look fantastic, and he wasn't there. Were you kind of like, gutted? If that was me, I probably would have gone home again and got dressed up again another day. What I mean?
You could be dialed up there and you could walk miles and miles and miles and see nobody. And then you could, like today, do you know what I actually done today? Like talking about being all dressed up 2 days ago. I was up in the school with my beautiful dress. And I was up getting new coat and done and new boots, all dialed up. So today I was up there in a tracksuit on my slippers.
Yeah.
Do you know? Oh, lastminute.com. I tried to Erin Rose's homework this morning. I'm doing the child's homework. Erin Rose, don't tell your teacher now I'm doing your homework. Because we've got to do yesterday. First thing she said when she went in, she's taking off her coat. Moon tour. My mom told me that walked in that, and I could hear her, and I'm red. Anyone went, but I'm wearing slippers. So like, this is getting worse and worse. I was like, she's off slipper. I was running out the doors. I was like, nah, please stop, please.
Do you know what? With the kiddies' homework, like, do you know the way you actually do probably most of it in the mornings? Is it a case that they tell you they don't have homework, or you kind of like forget they've homework?
So they tell me, especially Fiona hates homework. Well, Erin Rose loves it. She's pure mother. Like, she's all the biz. Like, she'd sit down for hours with her pencils and she'd be all the biz. So I'd say to them when I collect them, do you have homework, Fiona? No. Erin Rose, yeah. And if she doesn't have homework, you can make up homework for her. She loves it. So yesterday I had dropped her to gymnastics and I came home with Fionn for the hour, and in that hour I did his homework. But normally they do homework together. So when I collected her and brought her home, I kind of nearly forgot. Yeah. I just mad, like, thought my own head. She has done. Then this morning when I was packing their lunches, I said, oh, I never did that child's homework. So they're ready to go. This was a 8:30. I had to sit down with my left hand then, like they're only doing the ribbons. It was like the letter G and just like join the dots. So I'm using my left hand and I do my back in a scribbling and then I'm doing it. I'm like, I better get a fucking sticker for this. But I was like, and then Erin Rose caught me and she was laughing. She's like, Mom, what are you doing? I was like, don't tell the teacher that I did homework. It's the first thing she said. My mom did the homework.
But sure, do you know what? Come here. With all the kind of like, I remember, do you know the way the Anne and Barry books? Remember we had Anne and Barry books? What's their books now?
What?
Anne and Barry. Come here, is this like the bog again?
Stop. Aaron and Barry.
Anne and Barry. Remember the books, the Irish books? Suga.
No, Ben.
What?
Cara, Ben, we had.
No, it was Anne and Barry, no? Was it not the Irish one? No? Fuck, what was going on down near me?
Nah. No.
What the kids would know? Like, do you remember Busy at Maths and all that? Did he Busy at Maths?
They have something like that, alright. They have maths, they have religion, then every Thursday. What else is that? Busy at maths, is that? I don't know. It's not. What the doing? It's only so they're about junior infants still, so it's not that exciting yet for them. But I'm skipping at you. Who? Barry and Tara.
Anne and Barry. It was a book, like an Irish book. Anne and Barry, and you'd see Anne on this Barry, Suga, and all this.
I remember Suga Spree.
And yeah, it was the Suga kind of the annual that used to come in at Christmas time. You got one at Christmas.
And Barry Rose, is that?
No. Barry were like they were like a brother and sister. They weren't with each other because like you wouldn't be having two hooking up at that age. Anne and Barry, I swear to God, we've got like an Anne and Barry book. I have to come by Devon. But do you know what the way I thought?
Ben, we had.
Anne and Barry, yeah, and then we'd like Busy at Math and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going off track here. When you actually mentioned about the guy, the guy in the Iona Supplies, and you weren't sure that you matched him, whatever. But come around chatting to a lad there, no, do you know who I am now, right? This lad that I had to ask him, did I shift him before, right? He's actually, I won't name him now, whatever, but I did think he left me on red, but he didn't. But I was wondering, like, do you know what? I'd be very suspicious, right? He's fierce good looking. He's at home now, right? But I had to ask him before, because when I'm going home now in a few weeks, he was asking, to meet up, right? And do you know the way you'd be all talk? So when you have to go, I'll meet you now when I go home. And do you know the way now you'd be kind of like this? I don't know about you, but I'm totally like this, right? I'm like, I'll be down half a stone now, or I'll be way down. I'll be good now for the next 3 weeks. I'll go home now in 3 weeks. I'm sure as God knows there'll be none of that. But like I said to your man, he said, "Oh, we might have a sneaky shift, right?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "No, we might have a sneaky shift again." And I was thinking, again. I was like, "When do we ever have a shift?" So he actually had told me that I had shifted him in my car. Then it was during I think it was around the time of COVID. But I'm just a bit suspicious, because he is I'll send you on a picture, but he is very, very, God, he probably listened to this now, but anyway, he is very handsome, right? And then even my friend who was over the weekend, she was kind of one of those suspicious friends, as in like, it's too good to be true, he has to be going out with someone, Yeah. But I'm using him anyway as, do you know the way Owen was asking us to go on a date, to line up a date?
Yeah.
I will be using him for my version of the date. So now it's going to be left up to you to kind of you're going to have to get something within the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, so when are you on? 3 weeks, is that?
3 weeks time, yeah.
Okay, and you're going to meet up with him. I think Barry Desmond.
I don't want to say exactly where he is because that'll give it away. But he's around all right. And I'm telling you, he's fucking handsome. Did you do work like? But did you go to him? What?
Did you Google his name? Did you do the...
Yeah, right, he's legit and all that, like, and you see, he's, do you know what? I was certain type, and they all looked like one same person that I was with before. Even my friend now, she was saying, oh, he looks like such and such, but they've all got the same thing going on. They've all got a beard, they've all got dark features, they're all tall, they're all nearly tan. It's the same kind of thing going on. But like, I'm kind of saying to myself, if I can't remember shifting him, what went wrong? And then if I wasn't in, if it didn't go anywhere, and kind of like, what happened? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
But anyway, I meet him anyway. But I was just thinking about when I do come home, then do you know, we're all talking your messages to Min, like, oh yeah, I'll see you then, and yeah, we'll meet up and all this kind of stuff. You have great ideas and everything. And then when it's happening, sure, like I'm an anxious state even going into a new workplace. So again, the dates for me are, I don't know, I never get better at them.
And then when it comes to it, you're like, oh no, I can't do this.
Yeah, but this is it. But then after the relief is so good after.
Yeah, you'd be delighted then. But it's like everything. The thought of anything is horrible. Like, but then once you've it done, it's absolutely grand, isn't it?
Always, always so good. I actually was reading. Do you know what I noticed? Actually, there was a few articles I seen. Do you know what I've noticed? Like people who are turning out for like 106 and 107, right? Do you know what there's? Do you know what I'm noting? Is it a trend, right? That they get to a certain age, and do you know what their secret is? Stay single.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All these old people.
Yeah, I stay single. Who needs a man? Who needs a man? We're fucking flying it, aren't we?
Exactly. Who needs a man? What you call it, last week, you know, on the podcast, we asked about the jobs, you know, about the kind of jobs that I was after saying about the bog and Deliveroo and all that kind of stuff. I had this really long email, right? And this is something before, you haven't even seen the email. This is something I did actually do a bit of research here, right? So it's from a girl who will remain nameless. Basically, she went off to be a sugar baby. Obviously, you know what a sugar baby is.
No, what's that? Explain again, what's a
sugar baby? It's kind of like, it's not like a sex worker. It's basically you're going for dinner with these men in their, whatever, they can be up to 30, 40.
Like an escort.
You're kind of like a female escort, but you don't have to do anything with them. And I know that we discussed this a good bit on Red FM on the radio, right? And we'd get like a press release from sugarbaby.com and they'd be like saying there's thousands of Irish girls actually signing up to be sugar babies. And I was like, that's bullshit anyway all the time. But anyway, lo and behold, right? Got an email in from a girl, got 3 emails, but I read out one now anyway, who signed up to be a sugar baby while she was in college. So basically, imagine, you know how broke you are, like in college and stuff like that, or even the end of secondary school, like you've absolutely no money. So you're kind of like, feck it. Not that you do anything, but like, you know, if it was a few years back and there wasn't, you know, if you didn't get found out, you kind of, would you, like, if you didn't get found out and nobody knew, would you do it for a couple, like, for example, would you go for dinner with a guy, like, for €500 and no strings attached?
Yeah.
Would you go for dinner with like an 80-year-old and would you, if there was an 80-year-old fella now and you have to match him on the sugar baby and you need €500, you were going to Tenerife for a week, no one found out, would you go for the dinner with him?
Like I didn't have to do nothing with him. Just sit there and
just chat to him.
Yeah, I find it'd be crazy leaving them though because I
oh sure, come here. The guy, do you know the way you have a thing for no, this guy wasn't too old because he was still working. Do you know the way we have a bit of a thing, especially you have a bit of a thing for these kind of cute older men?
Yeah.
Well, when my Tesco fella came earlier delivering my groceries, whatever, do you know what, he was around 66 and like I'd say he's near retirement age, right? But like he was one of those kind of men and I had him lifting up bottles of water and I went down to help him because I felt so bad. But he was one of them. I actually nearly want to go, do you want to come in? Will I make you something? Do you know the way?
Yeah. Have a cup of tea.
Yeah. He was one of them. But yeah, so you didn't have to do anything with them. You could just have the chats, right? Have the crack. No one found out. Would you take the €500?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So, to be honest, I did look it up here and I did research it, right? And I made a profile, okay? Basically, I made a profile with no picture. I can't even remember what I called myself, London Lover or something, right? Because I was curious after this email, right? I don't know what it was. But basically, I was getting hits then, even though I had no profile. So I was like, these men are for anything. And then I was like, who would find out in London? But like, do you know the way us know? I probably would get found out. Your man probably like, Jesus, I know your father. Or something. Yeah. I know, yeah, you'd have to go with a different name. I probably, see, this is the thing. You'd earn a nice bit. I have a girl I friendly enough with, and she was doing it in Cork. She used to dress up for a lad and everything just for his pleasure. Like, she used to go into a hotel room with him, just dress up, right? Go for dinner with him, right? And then, whatever, I think they used to have a moment or something, not too sexual or anything like that. And he'd hand over like €1,000 and she'd do it every few weeks. Pay off the bills.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah, see, I wouldn't... if you told me, Julie, go out for dinner there with Johnny Murphy, he's 90 years of age, he just with a company, but like, he's never going to follow you, or, you know, it's not going to be creepy or anything like that, it could be safe. it's handy when you're right to make a couple of bob, isn't it? Was it Dane? Like you really want to have fucking with you, like these fellas could be very, very dangerous. Like
we're not advising anyone to do it, all right, disclaimer, and I'm not going to be going to do it. I was only doing it for research purpose. But the email I knew from the girl, she's actually a lovely girl, will remain nameless, right? So I'll just read this. So when I was in first year in college, which Jesus was now only about 9 years old, no, it was 9 years old. Money was tight. The grant was grand for rent and food, but night outs and other bites were expensive. So on the bus trip back to college one Sunday, me and my friend read an article, about Sugar-Daddies and how much they were apparently paying. So we thought, sure, why not? So we were set up our profiles on the bus and thought nothing else of it, actually laughed about what would happen if someone messaged. Well, I woke up the next day to a message from a man in his 40s, see, wouldn't be bad with 40s, asking how I was and what sort of agreement was I looking for. Before I replied, me and my friend sat down and made ground rules. We would only meet someone if the other was in the same place and would text if we left for any reason. This seems to work out, so I messaged back. 3 days later, I was out for dinner with a man who was old enough to be my dad, but did I care? No way. He was paying me €350 for this dinner, and to pay him more compliments. The dinner lasted 2 hours roughly. This idea seemed the best yet easy money. I continued dinners with different men aging between 35 to 60. I was paid roughly €350 to €450 a time for dinners. I was paid from €75 to €150 for a coffee in the afternoon. See, this is where we're going wrong. And brought gifts like handbags, jewellery, even dresses to wear. The idea seemed perfect. I did have one long-term sugar daddy who I'd done weekends away with and paid for all separate rooms. It was all going great until I'd met up with one who was the reason I actually stopped. He paid me €500 to attend a function with him and it seemed great. He ordered my dress and shoes to wear and I never asked questions. The rule was, if you're getting paid, don't ask questions. I had told my friend where I was going, to which hotel, and told her I would keep her updated. When I got to the hotel and it was a swingers party, I got my name tag and hadn't a clue what I was doing or what I was meant to do. So I went along and after half an hour, I got my friend to ring me with an emergency and I made an excuse and left. I didn't do it again, but my God, I made some money. Got some amazing memories and gifts and actually some fun memories. My close friends' family never knew I'd done it, but they asked me about money. I won it all on bingo and I would always tag myself at a bingo hall. Doing it was the best decision I ever had.
I get it, and I think I would be like, oh, I'm definitely down for that. But as a mom then, if Aaron Rose came to me in a couple of years, I'd be like, not fucking chance, young one, are you doing that?
Yeah.
It's weird, like, is that?
Yeah, you see, I'd always be afraid that I got found out. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just, oh God, sure as hell no, in the middle of London with like 12 million people, if I was out for a coffee, they'd be like, someone would be like, geez, Brenda, hurry, who's your man? Is that your dad? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just couldn't, but like, well, I'm not joking, you know, when I was signing up for it, right? I did have a moment. It was before, when was it? It's like, it was last, before I went to work there to the morning. And like, I was there kind of going, oh gosh, do you know what I mean? Like, who would know? But I'd always know. And I suppose you'd be afraid they track you down. Because you know the way everyone's, hi, come here. Do you know the way everyone's trackable these days? You got followed today.
Yeah, well, I can't talk. I fucking went on to RIP there to look for the fella I matched with before. But yeah, no, I get it. And I get why she'd do it. And like that, I think I'm brave enough as well for it. But as a mom, if my Aaron Rose came to me in a couple of years, I'm like, not a prayer.
Yeah.
Not a prayer.
Yeah.
Like?
Yeah. She sent, I've one more email to read. She sent on a follow-up one as well. And this is about, there's married men on it and everything. See, that's it. You don't know who you're getting involved with then.
Yeah, I see,
So I'll read out this one. So this one I put into more details so you all get an idea of how sugar baby and sugar daddy relationships work. You do not have regular conversation with your sugar daddy. Basically, they ask you to do something, you either agree or not, and then you talk about payment. So that's how it happens. This one time I got a message from a married man in his late 50s And I thought, feck, this is way too creepy. He is way too old. Then I thought, sure, why not? See, this is how it happens. Let's see what he has to say for himself. What did he want? What was he willing to pay? I was curious. I wanted answers to my questions. So I replied and asked what he was looking for. He replied and said he needed someone to attend a work function with him, and he was willing to pay for my outfit, my hair, and my makeup, and also the hotel as it was away, plus pocket money. So I thought, why not? Sure, his age doesn't matter, as long as he was spoiling me. I pretended to have an assignment so I could get someone to mind my little one without all the questions. The Saturday came around and I had hair and makeup appointment at 10. I got pampered, put on my new dress and shoes and was all excited. Then just before the door knocked, I thought, who the hell is this? Who the hell am I? I'm pretending to be someone I'm not and being paid for it. I nearly chickened out, but thought I was due some fun inside of the college. Mum. Inside of the college. Okay, sorry. I don't know what that means. The door knocked. There was this guy in grey hair in a suit. He took my bag and I followed him to the car. We listened to old music for the tour drive. We checked into our separate rooms and headed down to the function. Wow, it was full of posh people. I actually felt out of place, but a few glasses of wine and I relaxed and had a great laugh. Ended up home the next day feeling relaxed and €500 in my pocket for being the sugar baby I needed to be.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's the same one.
That's the same girl? That's the same girl? She's making hundreds?
There's what other one? No, it's a bit more intense, obviously. Onlyfans. Like, what?
Oh my gosh.
They fucking pay me to fucking leave. They're like, what's this? Get off. Yeah, take all my money, get off my pocket. It's great.
Do you know what as well? I think in Ireland, right, because sometimes it's something about Ireland. It's kind of like, Jesus, you know that one. It's like it's so small. Everyone knows everyone. I think that's it. Whereas the likes of here, they just don't care. They don't care as much. Do you know what I mean? Like Carrie Katona's doing it. She's making a million. Carrie Katona is flat out that she's after reviving her career. She's driving around a Lamborghini out of it.
Because of OnlyFans.
Like, this is the thing then. There's all sorts in it. Like, people are doing feet, all that kind of stuff. There's weird trends in it, but see, this is it. So you're thinking about this easy money, but you see, then that stuff is going to be out there forever.
Forever, yeah. You don't know who's receiving it or who's watching and who's screen recording it, or do you know who's recording it and sending it on to all these creeps, like, do you know?
And you know what? Imagine if you're looking to go for a job, right? Okay, 10 years time, and they're looking you up online. They see Julie Haynes, like, fucking you naked on the internet. I was like, they're not going to give you a role. They're not going, unless you want to be a porn actress or something like that. They're not going to make it here. But a lot of women say it's like female empowerment and all that kind of stuff. But like, you know, is it like there's a lot of girls in Cork that do it?
Huge. That's getting huge over here now. You'll be scrolling through TikTok and they'll be all advertising. What is these? Sub them up for something? Stuff they need.
Right. Yeah, and you're your top, but like
subscribe.
Subscribe. Julie, explain what's going on there. The listeners, we have to start the podcast. Go on, Sean. Fuck, go on. Your man's name in the when I was reading the Sean explain there.
Your man's name was obviously in the email when you're reading it out. I think you said Jesus. With his name is Jesus.
Fuck it. That'll tell you, no, right? I got those emails and sometimes I leave them better not to fucking read until we're doing the pod because it's just more surprise for me. So, your man's name is Jesus. I said, Jesus. Oh my God, right, okay. But we don't edit that out because it still won't identify her. So there's this Spanish lad on Sugar-Daddies. Oh, for feck's sake. Oh, Christ, right. Maybe I read stuff.
Oh, Jesus, doesn't hit.
Fuck's sake. Oh my God. Sean, question for you since you're there. For the listeners, would you get with a girl if you knew she was on OnlyFans?
No.
you wouldn't be able to, like, all the guys drooling over and then go out with her. Although there's a few lads who get off on that kind of thing.
Yeah, I know I wouldn't either though. I wouldn't get with somebody if he was on OnlyFans. Would you?
Well, remember your man, the Viking lad? Remember?
Oh yeah, I don't consider it anymore.
That fucker was making like 70 grand a week. See, that's where the idiots then. I know.
Wife was the nurse, wasn't she? And then she gave it up.
She gave it up. But like, you see, actually, I don't get the thing. You know the way, like, I went into a female stripper bar before here, years ago. And like, I went in with a fella I was actually seeing, you know, trying to be like, oh yeah, I've no problem with you, like, looking at all those women. You know, in my head I was like, you fucking prick, you're fucking getting it. No, I'm fucking done with you, right? I'm not jealous at all. But
Yeah, that
I don't know, I was passing it, I was in Leicester Square there with my friend the weekend, and you know the Magic Mike show here, you know, where all the men did it. I don't get off of that buzz with the men taking off their clothes and
yuck, no way.
I was a load of girls from Ireland come over to Hens and they go in there. I passed it. I was like, nah. And even the Magic Mike movies, I don't get off on this kind of thing. No, a male stripper, especially if they're Irish, they are funny, aren't they? Like when they come into a hen
There,
party.
it's crack.
Now
You're on a hen and
yeah.
stripper, whatever, it's crack. But like a strip around me, I would vomit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I don't get off on it at all. And I don't think, you know, the way actually if there's a stripper, I think the way men and women are different. If there's a stripper at a men's kind of stag, the men fantasize about being with her. But then if they come in, like, they are funny, the ones that come in, you know, dressed up as a policeman and they try and arrest you, the women's. It's more of a laugh. You're like, oh, man, the gas man. No one wants to sleep with him.
no, it's just the crack amongst women, like.
Actually, I noticed something there, right? When I went to sleep there to go for a nap before the podcast, right? But I was this happened to me. I was falling asleep on the couch, and I'm fucking telling you now, I know this happens to me all the time. When I fall asleep in the couch here, when I fall asleep in the back of the car, and when I fall asleep in the plane, your mouth is always open. Does that happen to you? No, do you know that you're like this?
Yeah.
Those couch, plane, bus,
Yeah, I suppose with your head hanging.
you've the mouth open and it's so unattractive. But here, I'm always doing it here, and I'm always doing the plane and always in the car, and I'm like going, this must be a thing. Well, I know something came up on my screen. This must be a thing. But I have amazing news for our next podcast, what we're going to be doing. So obviously, you know the way I'm big into manifestation and all that kind of stuff, and you love and all good fortune reading and all that. So there's a lovely girl we're going to be having she does do fortunes and stuff like that. We're going to have someone on kind of predicting our futures on our next podcast, and we can't wait. Like, that's going to be hilarious. What do you kind of want to know? Like, what do you want to know?
Anything. I'm just obsessed with that. Have you ever been to it? I think I went to about 15 of that.
I've been to the dodgy ones. I've been to the one in Liston Varna and the Caravan and Flaghule caravans. My ones have only been caravans always. They haven't been like, who's your man in Cork again? Peter Matthews. They ought to be raving about him.
I went to him.
Yeah, Eric loves him. He to me, then it's kind of like, does he actually exist or is he made up? Are they all in on this kind of thing, like, I don't know, the New Order or something? Is this an actual real person? Because I don't know. They come here. No. Do you know who has to be made up? She's fucking made up. I'm telling you now, the White Witch. She's haunted. Do it. Are you sure she was the one?
Fucking twice I was down with her.
Down in
She gave me a phone number. Yeah, down in Cove. She gave me a phone number. She wrote out a phone number on a piece of paper when our session was over, and she said, go out now and ring this number. And I says, who is it? And so it's like, there's something wrong with your womb. She said, and they'll fix it for you. I never rang the number. No, I don't want the number. But yeah, I went there twice.
Something wrong with your womb.
Yeah.
Then did you ring the doctors about it?
Nah, sure. Then fucking about 3 or 4 years later, twins. Fucking man.
See, but this is it. I'm not going to doubt them all, but like, I'm definitely doubting the one I had. It was in the Flaghule in Scartaglen, like I'd say 20 years ago, and Your one told me I was going to be in a band, travel the world, right? I travelled an hour over to London and I was going to have like 7 children. So never want kids. She was definitely codding me. And then the last one was in a caravan in Listonvarna. Again, I'm after the caravans. And again, I actually think I started recording her. And she asked me to leave. And it was big into Snapchat those days. But we'll have a see. This girl, it seems to be really good. So we'll have a lap. So I suppose I'm not too fussed about my career because I kind of have that planned. You know, my crazy carry on with the manifestation. But the all love life, I'd be interested in that. So that's what I want to know. What's your kind of thing? Love life and all that?
Like a bit of everything, just general, like.
We'll have a laugh with that. So while I'm actually admiring my hair, which is still curly, I'm going to give our sponsors a plug. So Voodoos are kindly sponsoring the podcast. We have a discount code, which is left on 15. And actually, as I said to you earlier, I'm going to have, what's that stuff you use in your hair? The heat protector.
The heat defender.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But I did the night with the cotton, what's that, cotton bud?
When I saw you like that, I was like, this is going to go all wrong for her. What's she doing? I was like, what's
that? It was my class. So I got a cotton bud, and at one end of it, I didn't spray the heat defender spray, and I lit a lighter to it, and it literally burnt in it.
Wow, yeah, it did.
And then on the other side of the cotton bud, I put my heat defender spray on it, and then I lit the same light to it, and it was just perfect. It just goes to show like how important these heat protection sprays are. Like,
yeah, looks so good. The minute you did that thing with the cotton bud, I was like, I have to buy that because eventually I'm gonna have to get all these extensions out. I can't maintain it, and it's just going forward. I just don't know what my hair is gonna be like without it. Like, what's your hair like without your extensions?
See, I only have the fillers. Do you have a full head?
I have a full head, but like my hair only be kind of the size short as a bob.
Yeah, see, I only had the fillers at the side just to fill out my hair. The foot. I just didn't have time in the mornings to be control herself. Like,
yeah,
it's a lot. Like it does take a lot. Like, so I just got the fillers. But yeah, I'm obsessed with them though.
Yeah, I'm going to start really kind of caring for it now and using good products. But yeah, if anyone is listening, Voodoos, and that curler is actually unbelievable. Look it up on their website. It's left on 15. So that is all for this week's episode. We will be back. Oh, we can't wait for the fortune teller one. That's going to be epic. That's going to be so...
Yeah, and I'll actually be in Turkey next week recording, so I'm going to bring my mic.
And you're to go on abroad with the mic. Now, how many kgs are you allowed?
I actually don't. I think my flight's booked yet because my passport's out now.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll book them there now. And yeah, I'll be in Turkey. And I'll leave you all know as well why I'm in Turkey. And yeah.
Very exciting. How long are you going for?
I think Tuesday to Saturday or Tuesday to Sunday. Yeah. So
okay. Brilliant.
I'll be back for that. So I'm hoping I'll be back Saturday night.
Okay, so make sure everyone tunes in for Julie's updates over in Turkey. I can't wait to know what it is. I don't even know what it is.
I know.
Are you going to get a boob job or what?
Come on, it's more than a fucking boob job. No, I want.
You've actually grand boobs, then you're not too bad.
They're just from my ankle.
Yeah, but at least they're not like little legs like mine. But anyway. Right, so guys, listen, Julie, I will say goodnight. It's way past my bedtime, girl. I'm getting up in 6 hours.
I know, go off to bed and yeah, I will chat to you.
My mouth closed. Sleep with my mouth closed. And if anyone wants to email in or anything like that, even like let me know, do you sleep with your mouth closed or message the page? Sleep with your mouth open. So embarrassing. The email is left on red 22@gmail.com. So guys, thanks for listening and we will see you next week. Well, chat to you.
Bye everyone.
Bye.